Hey guys, I'm finally back with a new part of Steins. Well, you see, yeah, whatever. I have no excuse for this. Let's just get into it. After I get back to the lab, I take the broken TV down to the workshop for repairs. Daru and Mayuri have already gone home, so I have to carry the TV down the narrow staircase by myself. It's brutal backbreaking work, but I manage. I push the workshop door open with my hips and head inside. The room is dimly lit by the setting sun, but the gloom is offset by the glare of the gigantic CRT in the center of the room. A 42-inch CRT television. It doesn't seem like something you could get in modern Japan. With LCD TVs becoming the new standard, I seriously doubt anyone would want a bulky old CRT.
Oh, どうした岡部?
Stuff! Sitting in front of the huge CRT is equally huge and reading a sports newspaper. He's the workshop's manager, actually the owner of this whole building, Tsunoji Yuko. Mr. Braun. It's a big name for someone who loves Braun too.
どうしたもこうしたもないですよ。あなたからもらったテレビが壊れた。
Yeah! You gave me a broken TV! That is unforgivable! Unforgivable, I tell you!
おめえ、俺のブラウン管を乱暴に扱いやがったな。
I barely managed to set the heavy TV on the counter.
愛が足りねえんだよ、愛が。
I didn't mean to get the phone out. A muscle-bound bald guy talking about love sends shivers down my spine.
修理をお願いしたい。最優先だ。
相変わらず変な話し方だな、おめえって。
Mr. Braun begins investigating the cause of the problem. With nothing better to do, I look around the store. I don't know if it's just dust hanging in the air, but something feels stagnant about this place. There are CRT screens everywhere. The haphazard layout makes them seem like junk, but they're all functional according to Mr. Braun. He's got a full range of both old and new. Some of them are probably older than me. There are even some flat screen HD CRTs that came out just before LCDs took the market.
今日は遅くまでやっているんですね。普通だったら夜7時には店じまいでしょ。
The crowds in Akiba finish quickly at night. All the major electronics stores close around 8 or 9 o'clock. And then, as if the liveliness of the day was simply a lie, town goes silent. Insert cricket noises here.
今日はこれから客が来るんだな。
客？例の小動物ですか？
おめえな、俺の愛しい娘を小動物呼ばわりするんじゃねえ。
The manager glares at me and takes a photo from his wallet. It's a picture of a young girl shyly making a peace sign with the camera. One might assume this muscle-bound man is some kind of pervert, but the girl is actually his daughter. She's about 12 years old now, I think. His love for her is second only to his love for CRTs. Or what's the other way around? I see her in the store every now and again. What was her name again?
ないに手出したらぶっ殺すからな。
Oh yeah, it was Nai. That's it, Nai. A rare name that means to braid. She pops up at the store every now and again, so we've interacted with her before. And by we, I mean Mayuri, since she's the only one Nai gets along with. Nai always hides when she sees me or Daru. Maybe she's scared of men, other than her father. I must admit, I'm impressed she can sense my aura of madness at such an early age. Very impressive. Very! Mr. Braun makes a Grandor is kissing gesture at his daughter's photo. Once again, shivers down my spine.
しかし娘以外でこの工房に客が来ることがあるんですか？
I've been renting the second floor for about 6 months, but I don't recall ever seeing a customer. I would be surprised if this place were actually making any money.
客っつうかなんつうか
He puts away the photo and goes back to checking the TV, leaving me with that vague answer.
ああこれは多分基盤のハンダ浮きだな直せろぜ
So you just ignore the fact that you don't have any customers.
そうですか。ではよろしく。
待ってろ見積もり書作ってやる
金を取るのか？
Well, you're getting a TV, he fixed. Whether you're living at the store or not, they're gonna charge you.
当たり前だろ払わねえつもりだったのか
このテレビはあなたからもらったものだぞ。
だからなんだよアフターサービスまでタダでやってやるとは言ってねえぜ
おのれ自分を間近のオンボロを押し付けておいてその言い草とは。
うるせえなだったら一つやってもいいんだぞ家電リサイクル法で回収費ももらうけどな
Okay, now that's insane. I mean, charging you for getting rid of a TV. I mean, even if TVs are expensive, that's kind of insane.
横暴だぞ。人類史の未来を変えるやもしれぬ男からたかろうとは。
あそれ誰のことだ
Oh, and Shoma! That's who.
俺のことに決まっているでしょう。
歯磨いて寝ろよガキそもそも2階をただ同然で貸してやってるこの俺にそういうこと言うとはいい度胸だな
修理代は弾もうミスター・ブラウン。
In the end, I'm no match for him. Just then I hear the door open. A customer. I look up to see that a girl heads into the store. She's wearing a vintage jacket and tight shorts that highlight her long limbs and athletic figure. I find myself considering inspired while my thigh. What's up?
うん
Suddenly, time stops. It feels like someone activated the world.
あれ
The girl is still standing there with her arm in the air. Her smile gradually fades into confusion. What kind of reaction was she hoping for? Seriously? Anyway, is she the person that Mr. Braun was expecting? Maybe she's someone he knows personally. Another daughter? Or dare I say, his girlfriend? She finally drops her pose and clears her throat.
さっき電話したアマネです。
And just like that, time starts moving again.
ああバイトの面接したいとこな俺が店長の天王寺だ
バイトの面接だとこんな若い女性が。この新規臭くておしゃれ感ゼロで繁盛もしておらずむさいおっさんが店長のブラウン管工房にバイト希望だというのか。
Hey, did anyone else notice that all of the adjectives start with D's?
おめえ来月から2階の家賃1000円増しな
俺は事実を言ったまでですよ。もっとも部外者が口を出す問題ではないが、しかしブラウン管工房がバイトを募集していたとはな。この暇さではその必要性を全く感じないのだが。
ああ、それは私が電話で無理って頼んだんです。
This girl looks a little embarrassed.
最初は断られたんだけどさ、店長さんにどうしてもお願いしますって。
That's honestly surprising.
今時珍しい若者がいたもんだよなまそこの椅子に座んなお嬢ちゃん
失礼します。
You know, I have that she is looking forward here. I mean, I've seen enough of the anime to get to where this is right now. No, when I said a customer, I was only joking. But I digress. Looks like they're going to have a formal interview. I was going to leave, but since Mr. Brown hasn't kicked me out, I'll stick around a bit longer. The girl's expression is stiff. I guess she's nervous. Just because of a part-time job interview? In contrast to how she said that she wouldn't take no for an answer, she doesn't seem so enthusiastic.
で、名前は何だって？
天音鈴葉です。
年は？
18。
Same as me.
学生？
ううん。
She shakes her head.
なんでうちで働きたいんだ？
ブラウン管が好きだから。
採用。明日から来い。
That was quick.
それでいいのか？というかこれはコントか？もしかして仕込みか？
Well, this is being recorded, so maybe?
ありがとう、店長さん。
Finally, Amane Suzuha seems to relax. Then she looks at me.
ところでさ、君は誰？
Hoin Kyoma! That's who I am.
俺のな。聞きたいというのか？いや、やめておけ。それを知ることでお前にも最悪が降りかかるかもしれん。これまでも多くの人が俺の名を知ったことで機関に狙われた。アメリカのサラ、イタリアのクラウディア、フランスのシモーヌ。これ以上誰かを危険な目に遭わせるわけには。
おい、アホな妄想してんじゃねえよ。
He just doesn't understand my pain.
このバカ男は2階に間借りしてる岡部倫太郎ってんだ。
岡部ではない。俺は法院。
うるせえ。家賃さらに1000円上乗せするぞ。
岡部倫太郎だ。
The girl stands up, places her hand on my shoulder, and looks at me with a serious expression.
君を狙ってるその期間ってのが何なのかわかんないけど、もし困ってんなら私に相談して。岡部倫太郎、そういうの慣れてるからさ。
は？
Stuff like what? I don't know. Some kind of stuff. Stuff like this, stuff like that, stuff like... I don't even know anymore.
場合によっては手段を選ばず痛めつけてやることも可能だし。
ミスター・ブラウン、彼女は採用しない方がいいと思う。
ああ、物騒だな。騒ぎ起こしたらクビにするからな。そもそもその期間なんたらは岡部の創作だから本気にすんな。
創作？
せいぜいそう思ってるがいいさ。
But someday the world will kneel before me. You like my evil laugh. And then Amane Suzuha stares straight at me again. Maybe she has a habit of looking people in the eye.
そういうのが流行ってんだ。勉強になったよ。
Trent? I don't think so.
That's it.
did. Nah, whatever. Let's just move on. I was at university all morning. As I returned to Akio, the heat is now becoming unbearable. I grabbed an iced coffee at the bakery outside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check the at channel on my phone. I most frequent the hope board, the future technology board, and sometimes the physics board. I search for threads in the mass appearance phenomenon or the Makise Kurisu stabbing, but turn up nothing. So were those hallucinations after all? When I peek at the hope board, I find posts in multiple threads claiming to be John Titor. Wait, John Titor is back? John Titor appeared on America, the BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. He claimed to have traveled from here for 2036 in order to obtain a home computer, the IBM 5100. His claims started quite a storm among the BBS denizens. Titor also made several accurate and fragmentary predictions of future events. Start of the Iraq War, spread of... Oh man, this is gonna be an awful... Creutzfeldt Jacob disease. Huh, that wasn't really much of a mouthful. For example. To prove that he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provided pictures of its operation. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his predictions gained popularity, even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right. On the other hand, he missed several others. Some of his posts contradicted each other, too. That's why to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. So after 10 years of silence, that same John Titor is now on the Japanese CBS? Ridiculous. It's obviously a troll. First of all, John Titor is American, yet now he's posting on that channel in Japanese. Let's take a look at his post. I don't expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. Time travel technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034. Time travel, John Titor, more details on the time machine. Did it build time machine? How much did it cost? I got it out $1 million. $100 million saved in the second one. CERN has a monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nation on Earth can acquire one, to say nothing of private citizens. CERN's first use your time machine's power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. There is no war, no conflict. However, instead, world peace. Complete eradication of liberty. What does that allow me? Dude, really? Why did you come to this time? Was that that crash you were doing? Wait, guys. Tater-san doesn't understand the channel lingo. Keep it simple, okay? You know what I mean? Get a trip code. Butthole. I wasn't gonna say the A word! I came here to change my present. In other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free, but you will lose it all in just many short years. It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a trip code? I might get one if you tell me what it is. I actually don't know what a trip code is. Said only Aaron has a time machine. You have a time machine. That means you're working for Sir. Therefore, you're golden. You can't be dystopia. You're a fraud. DVD. What's a dystopia? How can Science take over the world in just 20 years? Look at the Middle East! You've been reading too much manga if you think you get those guys to stop killing each other. Who asked you to change the future? You're trying to be like God? If you're promising world peace, I, for one, welcome our new certain overlords. My time machine is a prototype. First and years stolen certain technology. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limited. In 2036, the world is ruled by a single all-powerful nation. They control every aspect of our lives, deciding what we will eat, where we will live, and whom we will marry. Okay, that is cruel! There is no privacy and no choice. There is no privacy and no choice. Anyone who dares oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials. I would really hate to live in that world. I mean... if I'm gonna marry someone, I'd rather it be my choice. In movies and stuff, small changes to the past cause huge changes to the future. You've already changed the present by coming here. What happens if you make unexpected changes in the future? Why CERN rules the world? Do you even know what CERN is? LOL. Oh, he is a troll. So if we find this guy and kill him, then this time travel LMAO. Never be born, and we wouldn't have to listen to this full crap. Am I right? I need SWA99 YIRO. I want to know if you can meet your past self. Do you have self stuff? How long am I gonna have to read this? Grandfather paradox. That has been debunked. This world line has a divergence. The 0.571 and 0.024% compared to the world line I came from. Killing my father with the ultra divergence, creating a world line where my father is dead. However, it would not erase this world line. That would go on to existing. CERN is a particle physics research solution that hasn't changed in 2036. It is possible to meet your past self. The prevailing theory in my time is that nothing would happen. I, however, haven't met my past self. You are really a time travel nerd. I think proven. Most time machines get used for GTFO. Many worlds interpretation? Whoa, slow down, bro. Research institutions. Oh, what? Doesn't just end there. I do not feel the need to prove that I am what I say I am. I am only posting these messages on the wind. My mission comes first. Where are world lines? Can you meet yourself from another world line? What happens if you do? Hey, Robot. The trip code is what to it. Yours. Put hashtag password after your name. Oh, backpedaling. World lines are like an infinite number of rivers flowing in parallel. Along the way, they are constantly branching, leading out to new world line. This is called divergence. For example, whether or not you post on this residual, there has practically no effect on this world line. It's divergence. But if you were murdered, let's say, then divergence would change. However, it would only change by about 0.0000002%, if that. Single human being's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, acts of terrorism, and other events that before and spread the principal changes things, for example, proved that he was from the future. Or he explained principles, but that was the backlog! Ah, Fred. Well, looks like I get away in my phone. So let's just get back to it. Looks like they've already made an arch of these threads. Of course, there have been sites dedicated to John Taylor for years now. This post closer resembles what the original Taylor wrote 10 years ago. I've read one of the books on Taylor. That's how I know. New John Taylor is clearly impossible. There are many Taylor fans in connection. It's not exactly a household name in hand, but I doubt anyone will fall through this level of trolling. As I continue to read, however, I find the response the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting this time traveler as if were his first step. As if this were his first appearance. Nobody has even mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I tried forcing a retort, but everyone ignores me. What the heck? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people. There's the original John Taylor thread archive in English and plenty of Taylor blogs in Japanese. Enter John Taylor's name into a search engine. 12 matches. 12 matches. Wait, only 12? Moreover, all 12 of us with current Taylor's posting on matches. I can't find a single trace of the Taylor from 10 years ago. Bizarre. This just can't be. I searched for information on Taylor a few years ago. Back then, I got tens of thousands of hits. I tried searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives the same result. What is this madness? Madness, I say! It feels like I've stumbled onto another plane of reality. Could this be another organization conspiracy? These past 2 days, I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion. I'll call Daru. He'll know about Tyler for sure. After all, I've talked to him about Tyler before. I only vaguely remember the details of that conversation. But I'm positive the conversation happened. By the time I take my phone out of my bag, I no longer feel like making a call. Instead, I send him an email on the way back to the lab. He replies with his location. By make me, he means make me young, squared, a maid cafe. Daru's a regular there. Apparently 3D cat maids are his thing too. May Queen plus Nyan squared is only a 3-minute walk from the lab. Coming from Kuramayabashi Dori, take a left at Suma Akuesaka Crossing and you'll find it. That's where I'm headed now. It's usually busy in Akiba during summer break, but now it's even busier because of the Radio Kaikon incident. The area was blocked off yesterday, but it doesn't look like they could keep the main road closed for 2 days straight. I haven't seen a single police officer here today. But the Radio Kaikon building still seems off limits. The entrance shutters are closed shut and sealed with yellow police tape.
謎の人工衛星墜落から一夜明けた秋葉原です。警察による規制は解除され、駅前にはものすごい数の人が集まっています。墜落した人工衛星がどこの国のものなのかについては現在も調査中とのことで、詳しいことが分かるまで撤去ができない状態です。警察の発表によりますと、爆発などの危険は今のところないということですが、秋葉原を訪れた買い物客や地元商店街の関係者からは不安の声が上がっています。
Yeah, a satellite crashed into a building. Why wouldn't people be concerned? The media has dozens of cameras set up outside of the police line, and there are nearly twice as many onlookers as reporters, enough to fill the entire street with people. Everyone's aiming their phone cameras at the satellite like an object. So many people living in Akiba, you could get used to crowds and big events, but a gathering of this size is unusual. I wonder when they'll get rid of that thing. I hope it doesn't explode or something. They've been letting people back into the area, so I guess there's no danger. Still, considering its unknown origin, I'm surprised there isn't more security. Today, like always, otaku are shopping for doujinshi, import games, electronics, or whatever strikes their fancy. Aside from the scene at Radio Kaikon, it's the same as any other day. But I still don't understand what I saw yesterday. I've accepted that the mass disappearance was just my imagination. Maybe I've become unable to distinguish reality from fantasy, like the media likes to say about teenagers these days. With that thought in mind, I returned my gaze to the street. And there, in front of me, stands a woman holding her phone in front of her face. She took a picture. Her phone was clearly pointing at me. Unexpected photo of Horin Kyoma. Sorry, I just really like saying that. I tried to cover my face, but not quickly enough. I turned around just to make sure that she wasn't pointing at someone behind me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. She's still staring at her phone. Without even glancing at me, she turns around and points her phone at some other pedestrian. Maybe she's just taking photos of everyone at the scene and not just me. But still, I need to have a word with her. The organization is after me, so I can't risk that photo getting out.
Wait!
Wait! She doesn't turn around. Is she so engrossed in her photography that she doesn't even notice me? Or did she not catch my magnificent native level English?
ちょっとそこで携帯カメラを使っているあなた待ってください
She turns back, finally noticing me. And of course, her phone turns with her.
ってよせ通るんじゃないまさか機関の差し金か
She completely ignores my objection. And then she goes back to looking at her phone.
質問に答えてもらいたいんですがねあなたは機関の人間か
If she is, then I may have to take some suitable measures.
違うのか違うとしても問題がありますよ俺の写真を持っていると機関に知られればあなたにも奴らの魔の手が伸びるかもしれないとにかく今撮った俺の写真を即刻削除してほしい
She's not saying anything. It just says right here, lady ignoring me. Is she even listening?
謝る
Oh, now she talks. Whoa, she finally speaks. Just a whisper, but it's something.
不快にさせたなら
Lady who apologized out of nowhere. She lowers her head slightly in a bow. Or at least I think it's a bow. She's been looking down all this time, so I can't really tell.
謝るより先に写真を削除してほしいわけだが
風景撮ってた
Her fingers dance across her phone's keys with impressive speed. Exactly the opposite of her annoyingly slow speech pattern.
風景を撮っていた観光客
Or is she one of the people who came to see the satellite? In that case, why did she take a picture of me? She shakes her head without looking at me.
証明自分が今日どこを歩いたか
It's proof of where she was today. It's proof of where I was today, said the lady ignoring me and apparently sightseeing in Akihabara.
変なやつだな
Strange indeed.
桐生萌か名前
I guess she's introducing herself. That's nice, but I just want her to delete that photo.
聞きたいことがある。いい？
それより写真を。
都市伝説秋葉原の知らない？
An urban legend? What is she talking about? Don't tell me. There was a brilliant but insane mad scientist said to be lurking in Akihabara? And now, the brilliant but insane mad scientist is the target of every assassin in the underworld?
俺はこの町に長く居すぎたのかもしれん。だがそろそろ潮時か。
Yeah, let's skip town! Akihabara, you weren't such a bad town. I'm glad.
幻のレトロ PC。
レトロ PC？
She replies with a nod, or something like a nod.
秋葉原のどこかにあるらしくて、それが
そうか。
Nothing about a mad scientist. Looks like we won't have to skip town after all. I'm relieved, but also disappointed. At any rate, this is the first I've heard about a Phantom Retro PC.
幻のレトロ PC というとキュッパチあたりか？
That's the first model that comes to mind. But are 98s really that hard to find? She shakes her head slightly, or something like a shake.
いいえ、これ
She turns her phone towards me. The screen shows an oddly shaped computer. It's hard to tell since the picture is monochrome, but it looks like some kind of PC. It looks kind of familiar.
IBN 5100。
IBN 5100.
ジョン・タイターが手に入れようとした PC か。
Her fingers twitch, I think.
見たことは？
ない。名前を知ってるぐらいだ。
Coincidence? I think not! No.
これもシュタインズゲートの選択かもしれん。
詳しい人知らない？
ダルならば詳しく知っているかもな。そいつは俺のマイフェイバリットライトアームであるスーパーハッカーでな。 MI6 の中枢にすらハッキングできる実力の持ち主なのだ。
The MI6 part is slight exaggeration. If that ever did happen, men in black would break down our door and take us away. But the super haka part is true. The depth of his computer knowledge is uncanny. Speaking of Daru, I'm supposed to meet him at May Queen plus Neon Squared. I don't have time to stand and chat with some crazy lady I don't know.
では俺は行く。女よ。メディアスクラムもほどほどにな。
I think I'm gonna stop here. I think we're gonna meet up with this Daru in the next episode. I'm just gonna end it here for now. So yeah, see ya in the next one.